All right, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ridgecrest students and family, welcome to the Crest. This week we are going to actually take a tour downstairs of what we call the basement. This is the area on Sunday mornings that helps make all the production, all the things for live stream, all the things for lyrics on the screen, stuff like that happen. So here we go, heading down the basement. Let's check it out. Jared Tyree.
What's up, Chase? Come on in.
What's up, man? Is this the basement?
This is the basement.
All right, so everyone, welcome again to the Crest. We are currently in the basement. This is my man Jared Tyree that helps make a lot of things happen down here. So where are we starting, Jared?
Let's go into the control room so we have a bunch of cameras up in the sanctuary, and then we have our screens that we send information back out to, a bunch of cables that bring all that down, and they go into a control room back here in the back where we have a rack full of
bunch of cables here.
So this rack right here, if y'all can see this, is where we record our services. We have a main drive, a backup drive. This is something that converts fiber into coax, multi-viewers, router to take all the information and send it all the different places. And then we have our switcher, which is what we do all of our live switching with. Network, clear comm, and then this thing right here on the very bottom is called our Prism. It's what actually encodes all the information and sends it out to all of our streaming platforms, our YouTube, our Facebook, our apps, Roku, Apple TV, all that.
So Jared, you basically said from the beginning, this is the brains of
the operation.
So everything comes here to then be able to go out, whether that's in the worship center, live stream, or wherever we're sending something.
Yep, we bring it all in and switch it, encode it, and send it back out. Yep, and we'll show you all those different stations.
All right, cool.
Here.
Where are we going next?
We're gonna go right back outside the door, and we'll look at this guy. This is Broxton.
Broxton.
Chase.
Y'all seen him before on the vlog, I believe.
Yes, welcome to the Crest.
The Crest. So Broxton's sitting at the Pro Presenter station right now. And this location right here on a Sunday morning controls all of our lyrics that you see on the screen, our lower third lyrics that you see on the live stream, and then our sermon points, our countdowns, our videos. We play RBC3 from here. If we ever were to play the Crest into the sanctuary, this is where it would come from. The next station over is where Broxton is always sitting, and Broxton produces the Sunday morning service. So he counts us in, he makes sure everything runs on time. If it doesn't, we blame him for it. So if we get behind, if Ray preaches too long, it's Broxton's fault. Don't blame Brother Ray.
Don't blame Brother Ray, blame Broxton.
That's it.
So moving to the audio room now?
Yeah.
Is that where we want to go?
We'll go into the audio room. So this is where we mix down all the audio. The audio that's done for the sanctuary and the worship center is completely separate than what we mix for the broadcast. Like on Sunday morning, whenever the sanctuary is listening to music and we're still running our pre-service graphics and stuff, in here we actually have the studio. Chase is in there doing our hosting, and so we're taking that audio in and sending it out to the live stream while the sanctuary has something completely different going on. So we're actually kind of doing two different things at the same time with the same equipment. So the broadcast guys are mixing completely different audio than what our live sound guys are doing in the room.
So Jared, basically what you're saying here is that if you're watching on the live stream, you're getting a completely different audio mix than the people are in the
room.
worship center.
Yeah.
So we have to have basically 2 sound guys,
Yep.
one in the room and one down here mixing audio for both of those.
That's exactly right.
All right, and then we have just the screen over here helps them see the different angles and different camera
Yeah,
shots.
so, and like when you're mixing on broadcast, we have this is our program view right here. So this is what's live going out to the, what we're streaming. So this guy is trying to make what you're seeing feel like it's in front of you. So if I'm mixing broadcast sound and I know they're about to put a guitar up, I'm going to grab that guitar and slide his volume up just a little bit so whenever you see him, you actually hear him too.
Yeah, gotcha. So you can tell as we have begun down here in the basement, so many different moving parts to what takes place on a Sunday morning. And again, Jared is helping us grasp that here today on the Crest. So where's our next?
Let's go out here to see some of the camera operators. We have camera operators that are in the room, and then we have camera operators that are out here in the production room. So here we have, who's this guy?
Oh yeah.
It's Broxton again. he does a lot of stuff on Sunday morning. So he is, we have these controllers down here. They're like a little joystick. They have 2 little switches on them for the zoom and the focus, and then you control the cameras where they're looking with the joystick. So we have 3 of those. They're mounted on the balcony wall, and we use those for tons and tons and tons of different shots for either worship or whenever Brother Ray's doing his preaching. And then this station here is what we call a shading station or a color station.
Wait a second. Is that why we have Auburn right here? Because he's a little shady?
I am throwing shade
Well,
today.
Chase is throwing shade.
He is. That's just disrespectful.
Looking at the screen, we would never let Auburn run this
Yeah, this is, it's
because he doesn't
super
know what he's
bright.
doing.
Oh, come on. Look at this clarity.
Oh,
right now.
now he's dialing it in. So basically this station right here takes all the cameras and brings them in, and then you can punch them right here and look at your different camera views and make sure all the colors, all the lighting, that's our host camera in our studio, all the lighting, all the colors and everything look the same. There's a scope over there that we measure the light and the colors with. That's the camera that Broxton's over there messing with, you see on the screen there.
Which then brings us all the way now to the front.
Yeah, and this
of
is
the room.
the row number 1 is where our director and our technical director sit, and then we have another guy that kind of sits and monitors our software. And I'll show you as we turn and look at this. Our technical director is the guy that switches and actually pushes all the buttons that actually go out, and then our director is the one that tells him what buttons to push.
All right,
So,
let's see that.
I'll introduce you to my friend here that does the TDing. Spin around here. Oh, it's Broxton again. He's everywhere. I don't know. Is there 3 of you? He's on every row. It takes Broxton to make this happen on a Sunday morning. So Broxton's sitting in the technical director spot right now, and if you look at the screen, the buttons he's pushing is taking it from a preview to a program. So we look at it, and then on the left screen, and then if we like what we see, then we move it to the right screen, and that's what's called the program or live feed. And then our director sits in this chair on the right. He's watching the bottom screens down there, so he can see everything. He can see what's coming to him from the computers, what's going out to the projectors, the plasmas, our foyer, our fellowship hall, all the different camera feeds we have coming in. I think we have about 11 different camera feeds coming into this room, and then you have 3 different graphic feeds coming in. So 14 different feeds total that he's managing while we're doing a live service. And then you have this guy right here just making sure that this is kind of a redundant station. It sees everything this is doing, and then our graphics as well. If something were to go wrong, this guy would be the one in charge to kind of get everything going back up again.
So now, Jared, question for you as you think of what we're seeing happening right here. Why are we switching from shot to shot when it comes to what we're producing for TV or live stream or things like that?
Well, it's to give the viewer a different feel of whenever they're watching it. I mean, like if we were just to move one camera around the whole time, like it would kind of get boring, and then people would just start dropping off. But we can have a camera in the drum cage or a camera on the guitars, or whenever it's first service and we have an orchestra, we put those couple different cameras there. It's just to change the way that the people are watching it. And then you also have your graphics. Like if we were to play a video, it takes this guy to change from a camera view to a graphic, or a video or whatever they're putting where they're getting sent. It's this guy's responsibility to make it actually go out.
Right. Next question. Got a favorite camera shot?
Ooh, man, I really like the drum cage shot. That's cool. We get a lot of good expressions from them, and a lot of cool animation and stuff whenever they're playing drums. That's a really animated.
Right. Broxton, as the man that's on every row up here and does everything on Sunday mornings, obviously so far, do you have a favorite camera shot?
I was going to say the drum shot as well.
We can have the same favorite camera shot.
Now, everybody, as you're watching the Crest right now and we're in the studio, another man just made an appearance in the studio. Not Big Papa here, but the man himself, David Brunson. David also has a lot of hands in here to make things happen on Sunday mornings. David, do you have a favorite camera shot?
I would probably say the guitar camera.
All right. Yeah.
I like that shot that we have. It's kind of a long shot of Cameron in the second service.
Right.
And I think we use it on like some of the woodwinds or something in the first service. So I kind of like that shot.
Those are neat shots altogether because they capture something that you're not, I don't think, always expecting to see on the screen, as far as not somebody or a specific person or context as far as somebody singing or something like that. So, all right, so is that everything?
That's pretty much everything that goes on in here. There's another room that nothing really to see, but we multi-track all the audio for post-production mixing that we actually record and then remix and then send back out with our video content.
Now, what exactly do you call this room again?
It's our control room.
So control room to make it all happen. Again, you saw the brains earlier, and now we're going to move to what we call the studio. Yeah, so this is the live stream hosting and stuff. Yes, it's like my second home. So let's head towards the studio. All right, again, so Jared, we're heading towards the studio, the little green room right here that some folks can hang out in and sit in.
This is where Collins and Asher usually are on Sunday morning. Before we had connection groups. They're in connection groups now.
Yeah, and we also sit in here and we do some engaging through the live stream on Facebook.
Yep.
And so a lot of times I'm sitting in this room and you can see right here there's a TV on the screen where the live shots coming in, so I can watch it there, and then we engage, interact with people on the live stream, whether that's on Facebook, YouTube, or our church website.
And in the studio is where on a Sunday morning, this is the place that you see us go live first from with our talent. And I'll show you right here where our talent sits. Is we shoot them with this camera and up.
Good morning and welcome to Ridgecrest.
Witchquest. So Broxton, thankfully, is not the person that does hosting in the morning because he can't say Ridgecrest. He says Witchquest. So I'm going to turn you over to David, and he's going to tell you about the lights, the setups, and how all this is filmed and does.
Okay. As Jared mentioned, this is kind of where most of the live things that happen on Sunday morning take place, whereas everything in there is more of a control center. We actually have the hosting that takes place prior to the services. Ray does his intro outros in here that also plays at the end of the weekly broadcast for television. We also do Heart Truth, which is Pastor's devotional that is basically every day of the week. We shoot that down here. We have a setup over here for Brother Tim and Debbie to sing, and there's a keyboard down here for her to play. And so we record that part. We pair it with Pastor's devotional, and that is rendered out and sent to local network here in town. We also record RBC3 down here. As you notice, as Chase is kind of panning around, there's kind of different sets and different places in the room, and a lot of people wonder how you actually do that. It's like, do you have a separate room for that or whatever? Well, it's literally just pieces that we've assembled as backdrops that are in different areas down here, and once they're framed in the camera, it makes a nice shot. So lots of things happening in this room down here, lots of different sets, things that change out with lighting. We have different lights that we use for different configurations that kind of light up the subject that'll be in the scene here. And then we also have these, it's called a cookie actually is the terminology for it. You notice that we have it, and it's kind of portraying an image on the back more or less for texture, and what that does is that just kind of gives depth to the shot, so you're not just seeing just a solid color wall. We also have some things back here with the RBC, and we have candles and different things that we always try to put in the shot that kind of adds depth to the shot as well. So lots of moving parts. On a Sunday morning, we will have anywhere from probably 10 to 15 people down here between the control room, the audio portion of the studio, and then in the room in here between camera operators, the talent that we're filming, or people that are helping with cameras or lighting or whatever. So lots of moving hands and different things that take place on Sunday that you guys probably don't notice because you only see what comes up on the screen, whether it's lyrics that we're sending or videos that we're sending or interviews or whatever. All those things are being controlled and sent from this area down here.
Yeah, so as David's mentioned, you can just tell in this room, you got your lighting and everything. You have to have it all right for it to look presentable on camera, and our heart and that is to do everything from this room from start to finish with excellence. And these guys help us make that happen on a weekly basis. And so you see the camera here. Here's our camera. The way I know is I hear in my ear, I have an earbud that Broxton tells me when he counts me in, as you saw earlier, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when this red, what we call the red tally light comes on the camera, then I know that we're going live, and that means it's game on, ready to go for the service. And so, guys, again, a lot happens down here in the basement in the studio to make a Sunday morning happen. And Ridgecrest family, we hoped just for a quick second on the Crest this week, you could see some of the behind the scenes things that helps get there. And so wrapping up today, guys, any last thoughts? And
I'd just like to say thank you to you guys for all your support and stuff. The pandemic and all the things that we went through and all the changes here in the church was a very trying time for everybody, and we were very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to do a lot of things to stay connected with you guys. And so we're very thankful for that. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, the prayers and the support. And if there's anything that we can do and maybe being able to communicate things better for you, please just reach out to us here at the church. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and then also there's opportunities to serve. If any of you are interested in becoming a part of our media team and doing things down here in the basement, and don't really have to have a whole lot of experience, because
we can train you.
It takes some time to learn, but once you get it, it's pretty set in there. And I get to watch on a weekly basis many different people come in and out of this room from different ages, learn and come down here and use their talents to make things happen for worship on a Sunday morning. So again, this is Crest this week, the basement tour.
Why are those people having band practice right now? We're trying to do an interview down here in the basement. Inconsiderate.